was year 100 in the Enchanted Dimension when the Dwarven Fortress of Punch Basement was founded. Now, when it was founded, I had no idea that the name Punch Basement would be so fitting for this civilization. But we settled in an idyllic valley filled with fruit trees, filled with fish, plentiful fish everywhere, mollusks, shellfish, and the dwarves began their work, digging out a hole in the ground to live in. In this first year, we mainly focused on fishing, and we established our industry with shellfish and turning those shells into works of art, crafts, and decorating things with. Within this first year, we had some struggles of giant birds, Kua women, half bird, half women, and wolverines, all attacking our dwarves, stealing our goods and children.
You can't keep getting away with it! You can't keep getting away with it!
But that hardened my dwarves to form a military, and things were going pretty well within the second year. We made more trinkets, we started crafting with bone stuff, and plenty of cut gems to modify all our furniture, all our finished goods, and we were making good wealth with the local traders that would come on a yearly basis. With all this wealth, we traded more animals, some dogs to train for hunting and war, and it was within these moments I realized we were missing something: a temple, and furthermore, a tavern. Soon we established our first open temple to anyone that wanted to worship there, whatever deity. And we built our first tavern ever. And lucky for us, we built it with some future proofing in mind. We built a very big open space with a nice big dance floor and enough stored liquor to kill a hill giant.
Has your supple ear caught wind of the Candyman's game?
Soon the bards came, poets, music writers, storytellers, and the bar was pretty full for most of the time. And after a giant wren, a huge evil bird, broke into the tavern and the mighty militia slayed it on the dance floor, that's when the tales of Punch Basement started flowing around the world. Bards and poets would write stories about this place, this raucous establishment deep within the earth, filled with booze and good food. And more people came. This is when the tavern spiral started. We had so many people in there, 24/7 year-round basically. The tavern never emptied, music always played, and it was a glorious sight. By this time we have 100 population, going from the first year to the second year, and through the third year, so we have extensive rooms being built, upgrades to the storehouses, a lot of tombs being installed because there are some broken eggs when you make an omelet. But then the real enemies started appearing, real threats to my kingdom. The first was a massive taiga titan, a three-eyed tapir-like beast with narrow tails, 3 of them to be exact, with long stingers and a regal bearing. Its cobalt hair short and even, and a venomous sting.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
It killed several dwarf kids in the fields playing. Then my military and some local tavern attendees helped slay the beast. This was a brief moment of peace, and local lord envoys visited the fortress, and even a baroness consort came to hear the great tales of our beast slayers. Then the WerePanthers arrived. Well, to be more specific, one master WerePanther that was named Nyx. We'll talk more about his history later. And we defeated him pretty quickly. But as a novice to the world of Dwarf Fortress and forgetting my lore of werewolves, it was the aftermath of this attack that devastated the fortress. Every month when the moon was full, 3 to 4 more WerePanthers from within my own fortress would transform and kill mass amounts of clueless dwarves. These were the infected victims from Nyx's previous attack. 30 citizens killed in the first assault. The cleanup was horrendous, took about 3 weeks, and right in the nick of time for round number 3. Another full moon, 4 more WerePanthers transforming from my own citizens, 40 more dead dwarves. This led to a domino effect spiral of every month more deaths, more bodies that could not be cleaned up, more refuse and miasma everywhere, and more WerePanthers infecting others. But the entire time, petitions for my fortress to allow entertainers to join us, humans, all they wanted to do was live in the tavern. The tavern was still filled with people, bodies up to their knees everywhere, did not deter these party goers from attending the tavern, from dancing on all the bones, and from boozing it up. This was truly the bar at the end of the world. And this is when I figured out the sinister conspiracy at hand. The tavern owner himself was a master WerePanther, and he is running this cycle of gaining refugees and slaughtering them monthly. This tavern is literally the bar from dusk till dawn. This was an abomination. The only thing that my last 3 working dwarves could do, because no one else was working, the other 20 citizens were the human entertainers and poets. I had these 3 dwarves build a floodgate to the local underground river. I said my last respects to the fort, this evil place of WerePanther slaughter, and I flipped the floodgate switch, watched the water pour in, and I retired the fortress. I will return here in the future in adventure mode, and I can't wait to see what has happened to this fort. But that being said, let's talk a little bit about Nyx. Nyx Wax Contest, female human, had a long history, but the part that I was interested in and how Nyx got infected by the WerePanther curse. And Nyx was bitten by a man named Sero Conjure Datre. And Sero was patient 0. If Sero never existed, our fortress might still stand today. Sero was a human born in the year 46, the second eldest son in his family, and he was a troubled child with many lovers, many problems growing up, and in the year 93, before the forming of our fortress Punch Basement, Sero profaned the uncertain cathedral in rooted chant, and Conley, a deity in this world, personally cursed Sero to assume the form of a panther-like monster every full moon. That's when Sero fled the area he lived and became an enemy of many people. And eventually Sero crossed paths with Nyx. Nyx fought off Sero but was bitten, and that led Nyx into a ravenous lifestyle, eventually finding our fortress to doom us. And I thought that was incredible. The story, the backstory, if it wasn't for this profaning of a temple and a in-game deity cursing Sero, then Nyx would never have been bitten and I would not have lost my first ever dwarf fortress. Thank you guys for watching. This was a little bit different style video. Hit that thumbs up button, it really helps out the algorithms. Share this with a buddy who likes this game and likes Dwarf Fortress stories, and let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching.